Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Piofiore, and it's been a few days since I played. It's been a hot minute, so... we're Nicola's route, that's all I remember. We'll get back into it, it'll be fine. Anyway, Dante, we're coming in. We were bringing Dante something to drink. Oh, right, the pie we made that we just shared with Nicola, right? Yeah, anyway. Nicola knocked, then opened the door without waiting for Dante's response. And then make the impossible happen. That's an order. He's on the phone? Maybe we'd better come back later. I worriedly looked at Nicola to see what we should do. He smiled back as if there was nothing to worry about. That's all from me. Dante ended the call abruptly and quietly put down the phone. So, why are you two here? Dante looked at us with a frown. I responded hesitantly. I begged to Cristata to show my appreciation for all that you've done for me. I was hoping you'd like it. I see. I ate a piece earlier and I can vouch for how delicious it is. Without changing his expression, Dante took a bite of the crostata. He then took a sip of the cappuccino and savored the pairing. Come in. Excuse me. Oh, Nicola, there you are. I have a report for you. Oh, let's talk outside. Understood. With serious expressions, Leo and Nicola took their leave. As for me, I feel like I missed the opportunity to leave the office. I should have left with Nicola. Being alone with Dante was making me feel nervous. Looks like Dante's about to finish the crostata. There's not a crumb left on the plate. I suppose he must have liked it. By the way, are things going fine living here? Why, yes. Every day's been enjoyable, especially with how kind everyone's been. I see. Is he concerned about my life here? He's a fucking marshmallow yet. We don't know that, because, like, obviously he's going to be the crunchy exterior in this route, and we're going to be like, oh, he's a little gruff, but it's like, you know. Come on. We'd have known. He's a marshmallow. Anyway. Well, I know we're in Nicola's route, but, like, and Nicola's kind of my favorite. Although, I mean... Yang's a lot of fun to look at. They're all beautiful. Anyway, is he concerned about my life here? It appears you're getting along with Nicola. Yes, he's a very nice person. The room went silent. Well, I should return to the kitchen. Thank you for finishing the meal. I gathered the empty plate and cup and quickly left the office. What did I do? Oh, I guess I hit it. Okay, well, anyway, I wanted to. I wanted to go to it, but I was like, what happened? I didn't mean to click it. Anyway. So, what do you have to report? One of our men's been reported dead. Cause of death unknown. Who reported it? A resident living in our district let us know. The police haven't been informed yet. Let's hurry to the scene. I want to see what happened before someone else does. Should I report this to the boss? Let's keep this under wraps until we have more information. I see. Understood. I'll lead the way then. I hurried down the hall with Leo in front. I was a bit worried about leaving her behind in the office, but I need to fulfill my duties first. I looked at the body in the Falce district alley. Leo went to speak with the person who found the body. A gunshot from behind. It looks like it hit him squarely in the head. This is... the same way my other subordinate died that night I took custody of her. It doesn't look like there was a fight. It's more of an execution. I heard footsteps approaching and looked up to see a familiar face. I have some information to sell, Nicola. What timing? I'm surprised you knew where I was. It was luck that I met you here. I'm going around to all the murder scenes. It looks like Berlone Mafia members are being killed in town. If you're interested, that is. That's exactly the kind of information I'm looking for. Similar incidents are occurring throughout the various districts, including Strano. Arca isn't as affected, but there are bodies turning up near the police station too. And the police are only here to keep up a front, and they may be a nuisance, but they're far from being a threat. And the fact that the police couldn't control the crime rate was to be expected. Interesting. Didn't seem like the disturbing events in Berlin were going to cease anytime soon. It's Roberto. I'm just kidding. You know it's fucking not. Yeah, so, like, that's the one that we just saw, but it was weird. Oh, you know what, though? Hold on a second. No? I don't know how that happened. How did it, like, automatically... This is the one that we just did, right? No, it's different. I mean, it did say some of the, meanwhile stories will automatically happen. But that's really weird because it was like, I didn't click anything. It just automatically, and I was like, wait, what? And then this was the, I would have missed this because they both happened at the same time. That's so bizarre. Anyway, crostata, and the sweet tartness of the strawberry jam made it even better. It was also baked to perfection. It's not often we have crostata this good. If only I could have another slice. I need to restrain myself. Asking for more isn't what a boss would do. What's Nicola thinking? The words spilled out of my mouth. I want to return her to the church without her knowing who she really is. And that's why we shouldn't be too close to her. Nicola should know that. Why was he so involved with her? How odd. Okay, so anyway, blah 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 gathered in play. Okay. And then this is where we leave, and that's where the after story takes place. Alright. Chapter 3! Okay, so we were at the end of chapter 2. I knew we were in chapter 2, but... 44? It had been 1 month since I came to be under Nicola's care. I was living a peaceful life here in the Falzone family manor. Nicola was busy as usual, but he did speak with me every so often. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever been so close to another man before. Buongiorno, coffee is ready. Ah, grazie. I've been helping with the cooking, cleaning, and serving here in the manor. So far, I've gotten along well with everyone. It also helps that some of the people here knew me from before. There was only one church in Berlone. Many members of the Falzone came to Sunday Mass as well. And maybe Nicola's helping with how he's been approaching me as underboss. It didn't take long for everyone to accept me here and to treat me like a friend. You know, our underboss is really irate these days. Not surprised with all the casualties. What are they talking about? I have to say, this is all real strange. I can't believe the Berlone Mafia is being picked off like this. And we're not talking just one or two of them. At this point, everyone knows someone's out to get us. It's hard to imagine being killed without a fight, especially now. But we're finding dead bodies by the day. Nicola's gonna go bald at this rate. But he has such glorious hair! Don't say that! And that said, hasn't he been too strict lately? Our young ones aren't very happy. I know they're all supposed to be elderly men, but it's too late anyway. To think that our great underboss used to be such a cute kid. Say, you doing alright? Huh? Do you mean me? Nicola isn't yelling into your ear or anything, is he? About following the rules here? I'm fine. Nicola's kind to me. Rules are important. Rules are important is the right answer. I was like, rules are important. As soon as I read it, I was like, that's gonna be right, isn't it? Yeah. Well, rules are important, you know? I recalled what Nicola told me before. Keeping to the rules is important. I'll let that go and the whole system will fail. And that's why each member of the family needs to be guided carefully. After all, I am Dante's. I'm working as support for the Falzone family. So it's kind of weird that he's like, rules are important, and we're like, rules are important! He's got rules for me. As his future wife. Oh, interesting. You're gonna play that game? Oh yeah, alright, okay, sure. Just gonna have to fall in line with your rules, yeah? Dante was nicer. Still love Nicola, but... Please, nothing he throws at us is gonna be... whatever he throws at us is gonna be tame in comparison to fucking Yang's route, I know it. My job's to nip any potential problems for the family in the bud. I'm sure you all know far more than I do about Nicola, but... I think he's like that because he cares that much about the family. Well, I can't refute that. Nicola also takes things seriously and is harsh, even to himself. He didn't just give orders, he worked as hard as the others. I'm not sure I'm wording this well, but I think Nicola loves the family to the point that his harshness is a way of showing tough love to everyone. I hope that came out right. Love, eh? I guess we need to embrace the love then. Yeah, if our little lady here says so. Thank you. Having fun, are we? Do we have too much time on our hands? You know it was Nicola, because we're just talking about him. I have to go to a meeting now. See you later. Just as Nicola came in, everyone quickly stood up and left. You didn't hear that, did you? Hear what? Oh, nothing important. He heard. The look on his face, he's like, yeah, I did. Really, it's nothing at all. Okay, sure. And thank you, Spacey. You heard, didn't you? About what? Unbelievable. You didn't hear that, did you? Hear what? Oh, thank God. No, seriously, it was nothing. Thanks. You heard, didn't you? Heard what? I just love it. She's like, the whole conversation. What conversation? Stop messing with me. I'm not. I heard nothing. But I appreciate what you said. You did hear. No, You know, we could go on for days with it. Oh, I love it. Anyway, this is going nowhere. I'm embarrassed enough, so I should stop. And now that I'm here, how about we take some time to chat? That sounds good. Nicholas smiled, seeing me nod in agreement. We stepped outside to the garden to have a breath of fresh air. My bouncy ball is like freaking squeaky as shit. I need to put more air in it. Look, there are more flowers in bloom. Are those cyclamen? Cyclamen? Whatever. Flowers I can't pronounce. Anyway. Nicola, is there something on your mind? Why do they always gotta put shit in here I can't pronounce? Trying to make me look like an asshole. I do enough of that on my own. See, I do enough of that on my own, game. I don't need you trying to help. Anyway. Oh, where are my manners? I'm sorry about that. I seem to be daydreaming. You haven't been sleeping, have you? Well, yes, you're right. And the police have been busy recently. That just means more for me to handle. Wait, I shouldn't drag you into this. Maybe talking with someone not involved will make you feel better. You're higher in rank here, so you don't speak openly to your members, do you? I could only imagine the load he carried. Nicola looked at me in a daze and let out a weak smile. Yeah, maybe you're right. Space, do you mind if I lean on you for a moment? Physically, absolutely. Just lean on me. I'll hold you if you need me to. Metaphorically as well, but also physically, yes. Why, of course. Anything to help. I meant what I said from the bottom of my heart. There has to be something I can do to help lighten his load. Or at least that's what I thought. I love it. He's so precious. I don't even care if he's being shady and trying to con us into liking him so that we don't fall in love with Dante so he can sell us. I don't care. I love him. I didn't expect him to be so literal. I kind of wanted him to be. I've never done this before. I'm sure he's so tired to be like this. He wanted to speak with me but didn't want to go to his room, so instead he's borrowing my lap for now. I didn't expect this to happen. What should I do? This is a lot more embarrassing than I thought. Are you feeling better, Nicola? Yep, all thanks to you. You're pushing yourself too hard. You've been coming back so late at night. He's so beautiful in the CG. The CGs are great in this. I've seen the light in your room stay on until very late. Nicola, even I can tell how much work you're doing. And Dante's doing a lot more than I am. He's literally spending his life working. And I'm not surprised. There are things only a boss can handle. Which means I need to do what I can. You're so kind, Nicola. I can tell you really care for Dante. It's just like Julia said before. And that you've been treating Dante like a brother all this time. That's not entirely true. We've both been involved in various things that have bound us together. Really? Yes. Do you mind if I ask? What were you two like when you were little? I want to know how you were as a child. Nicola looked a bit hesitant to answer my question. He chuckled and began to speak. This was way back when both Dante and I were younger. We were both kidnapped as children. What? Nicola, why were we kidnapped? Are we the mafia? Hey, didn't you hear? There are problems or something inside the family. So I think people in town aren't as scared of us like they were before. I even heard that some guys from another place are trying to tear us apart. Well, I'd only heard all that from the adults around me. And there was an issue about maintaining the purity of the Falzone blood back then. And some of our administration complained that one couldn't become boss without having Falzone blood. In the end, those who didn't agree with how things were run left the Falzone family. The Visconti? Okay. Those who left then formed what's known as the Visconti, but that's beside the point. Although that's the point I just made. It's right. Wow, you're really smart, Nicola. You don't need to compliment me like that. Hey, shut up over there! I shook hearing him yell at us. It was the first time I faced an adult without the family behind me. Dante quietly spoke to the kidnappers. Do you know what you've done? You're not getting away with this. Feisty little baby Dante. Just imagining the CG in his route. With his giant saucer eyes yelling, so cute. Dante was as calm as ever, even without the family nearby. No matter how small he was, he'd always been the head of the Falzone family. Dante's threats were initially laughed off by the kidnappers, but soon the kidnappers began to pale. Now that I think about it, Dante must have been just as scared. And then again, I didn't have the capacity to notice that back then. I did know one thing. Oh, he's so beautiful right now. He's the rightful heir and boss. If Dante weren't born, I'd be sitting as heir to the Falzone family. My mother wanted me to be the next boss. I wanted to please her by fulfilling her wish. Back then, I even dreamed of what could happen if Dante didn't exist. Dante wasn't the friendliest either. He didn't open up much, just like now. I responded after hearing Nicola's story. I'm glad you were both safe. Come on. I'm glad you were both safe. Do you love Dante or something? Because you keep giving him food and now you're like... a little bit. We do love you more. Well, we did the whole thing through his route too. Like, Nicola, you shady bitch, I love you. You've been through a lot. I then followed with a hesitant and awkward apology. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to say, and I'm not sure if I should say it, but words aren't enough to describe it. I could find the right words after hearing what they'd both been. I couldn't find the right words after hearing what they'd both been through. I can only imagine how much danger you and Dante faced as children. Hearing their past brought a sharp pain to my heart. I suppose so. But the same goes for you, too. And now he's winking at us, this sly little bitch. I love him. Me? We're living different lives. I'm sure there was pain and suffering that you went through yourself. So you don't have to feel bad for us like this. Nicola, thank you for worrying about us. I have to admit, seeing you feel sad for us it's making me feel sad, too. I wonder why. Oh my god, because you have emotions. Like, that aren't, like, bad ones. Nicola, you have a soft, squishy heart in there. Sorry for telling you our sob story. No, thank you for sharing it with me. He's so sweet. He's so precious. Nicola closed his eyes, and after a few quiet seconds, continued. Right after we were kidnapped, Dante's mother passed away. I think that was about when we became close friends. I guess Dante must have been sad losing his mother so soon. I heard he didn't get along with his father either. Julia mentioned that a while back, didn't she? But it's not that Dante didn't like his father. Maybe it seemed that way. After all, they were similar, like father, like son. When Dante's father passed away, Dante was the first to embrace his body in tears. Isn't this referring to when Dante's father was killed? Something about what he said felt odd. Before I could think any further, Nicola continued. And to be honest, I wasn't very fond of Dante's father. I still regret showing Dante his father's body. I shouldn't have done... Nicola? He sounds sleepy. Oh my god, he's gonna fall asleep. Space? What is it? Oh, well... Thank you so much for sharing your story with me. I'm happy to know a bit more about you now. I recalled what the men said earlier. I also recalled how Nicola reprimanded his men. Nicola, I know you're strict at times, but I really appreciate how kind and caring you've been toward me. He's like, you're a woman. I can't exactly beat you like I do my men. I mean, maybe I could, but I'm too much of a gentleman for that. She's saving that for Yang's route. Speaking with you like this makes me feel closer to you than before. I hope this doesn't sound strange, but you've shown me who you truly are, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, yes, I do think this is a bigger part of him, but there's some shady shit, and we haven't seen the shade. Girl, you've just seen the sunshine. You don't know how dark the shade's gonna get. I'm just concerned, okay? I know what he did to us in Dante's route. I don't entirely trust him. I love him, but I don't trust him. Trust him later. Well, that makes me happy. I blushed at my own words that came straight from the heart. Nicola? Oh, I truly am. How much do you really know about me? I'm a criminal at my core. Knowing me won't do you any good. Criminal. His words hit me hard, as if he was trying to put distance between us. And maybe that's it too, like... Well, because, like, I mean, in Dante's route, he was like, no, you need to stay away from Dante, I'll fucking kill you, I'll sell you, I'll do anything to get you away from him because you're just gonna, like, ruin his life, you know? Maybe there was a little bit of jealousy, because in the very beginning he was a little flirty with us, like, hey. And we were like, yeah, nah. And he was like, well, fine. No, I'm just gonna, like... I don't think he, like, went out like, I'm gonna kill you because you're not in love with me, but it was definitely to keep us away from Dante, because whatever. But, like, so I feel like his motivations wouldn't be too different in this, but hey, we're not getting near Dante, so he doesn't have to worry. He's like, cool, I just gotta keep you away from Dante, keep you occupied, whatever, so you don't make the moves on, you know, because he knows who we are, and, like, whatever. But maybe this is, like, I'm just showing you a nice face. I would sell you so fucking fast if I needed to, but I like you a little. Wait, what? Like, maybe he doesn't realize it. Maybe he does. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why he says certain things. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, everything is great. You should keep your distance from me. And you're like, wait, we were just having a great time. What the fuck just happened? You know? There's probably a lot of things going on. I still don't trust him, though. I'm still waiting for the shade. I know what happened in Dante's route. And maybe he was only shady because, like... Keep us away from Dante. Now that we're not in Dante's route, and we're like, Nicola, you're the best. Dante who? Maybe he's not gonna sell us, but I'm just saying. Bitch can't sell me once. Trade me off and try to kill me and make me not think that he's not gonna do it again, okay? I'm just saying. You can't, your motivations wouldn't change that drastically. Your personality wouldn't change that drastically. Like, maybe Yang's gonna turn into a butterball by the end of his route. But you know damn well most of the way through it's gonna be some, like, violent douchebaggery. Okay? There's gonna be some cages. I don't know if there's a cage, but I'm just saying he'd be the one to do it. Alright, there's some assault in his, okay? And you're, like, not surprised. He's an asshole. Oh, I love him. He's so fucking beautiful. So Nicola cannot not be shady in this. Just saying. Prepared for it. Well, not that I care. In any case, when the time comes... Nicola? Are you awake? I whispered to Nicola. It seemed like he fell asleep. Maybe he was in a daze. I tried to keep quiet as I looked upon his sleeping face. His long eyelashes, all men do. These are glorious eyelashes. So I gently touched his soft, flowing hair with my hand. Oh my god, girl, you're rubbing it. Ah! Playing with his hair. After stroking his hair for a moment, it was then I realized, what should I do about this? Don't tell me I have to stay like this until he wakes up. I couldn't wake him from his well-deserved slumber. Dante comes out, you're like, it's been 4 hours. I really have to pee. I decided to let him sleep on my lap until he woke up on his own. We're a good girl. I'm like, don't wake him up, just stroke his hair gently. You know he likes it. A few days later, I finished serving breakfast and took a seat to enjoy the meal. Nicola and I glanced at each other. Thinking about how he slept on my lap was making me blush. Stop it! I can handle this! I fanned my face with my hands to make it seem like I was blushing from the heat. They're like, it's dead winter, and we're like, whew, it's hot in here. And they're like, 20 degrees. All of a sudden, Domenico, he has been arrested. What the? Capo regime? I don't, well, I mean, that's regime, but I don't know if that's how you say it with Italian, and then capo is a high position within the mafia. Whatever. This is going to be a problem. I'd better let Dante know. Leo, tell me the details. Yeah. Nicola and Leo rushed out of the salon. I wonder what's going on. Domenico's been arrested, Spacey. Jesus, do you listen? I know that's not what you meant, but... All I could tell was that something bad was happening in the Falzone family. With their departure, tension began to build in the salon. Oh, see, it did auto-do it! Was this the anger one? It's like, I hate it when it does that, though, because it's like, I didn't click it, and I don't want it to go auto. You know what I mean? Do I have... Hold on. Options? But this is set to either skip or resume when MS... But see, that's just that. I don't want... Yeah, there's nothing... I don't like that it auto does it because I'm in the middle of reading a sentence and then it flips back and it's like, stop. I don't like that. Like, why is it skipping in his route auto? Like, I didn't hit anything. My hand wasn't even on the controller. Like, well, that side of it, anyway. The fact that Berlone's police arrested him is proof that something's wrong. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but I doubt this can be easily negotiated. Did you contact Paris? Yes, and I already contacted our lawyer before coming here. I see. And for the time being, we'll need to let Domenico know that we're working on his release. I'll go and talk with him. A boss heading to the jail at the station. Not only did it show his respect to his subordinate, but it also put pressure on the police. Let's go, Nicola. Decisive and quick to action. You really are a good boss. And flattery will get you nothing. Maybe a kiss, just between us two boys. Look, I don't care. Oh, they're cousins. No, never mind. I care. Never mind. Forget that. I forgot for a minute. I forgot. Oh, good lord. Oh, Spacey. No, you forgot. No, that's terrifying. It's 1925. It was like 1825. I'm sure that shit happens. 1920. That shit probably still happens, which is terrifying, but... No. Okay, anyway. A bro hug? We can't get in the middle of the sand. That's weird. Wait. We can still have a man harem. It's just... Anyway. I got approval from the chief for a visitation, but it's only for 10 minutes. That's good enough. Thank you, Marco. Just sign the papers for me, will you? I'll take care of the rest. This bitch. I love him. He's so mousy. He looks like a sexy-eyed mouse. Like, doesn't he? If he dressed up as a mouse for Halloween, you'd be like, yeah. I don't know what it is about him. It's mousy, but he's cute. Like, he's a sexy mouse. I could feel someone's eyes on me while I was signing the papers. Buongiorno, Roberto. I'll take you there. Follow me. Marco stepped in between me and Roberto. He quickly led us inside. Boss, I didn't expect you to come. Thank you very much. Don't worry about it, Domenico. I'm glad you're not injured. So what happened? Well... The situation surrounding Domenico's arrest wasn't as dire as expected. It seemed he got drunk at a bar in Falce, leading to some minor property damage. And normally this would be swept under the rug. Did something change with the police? Or maybe it's just how things are now. It's fucking Roberto. The law has been changing since the Kingdom of Italy came to be. The Mafia was slowly being squeezed out of existence. By nature, Berlone isn't as restrictive with the Mafia compared to other places, but... Oh, and that's about it. I see. After hearing Domenico's story, we notified him of the current situation. We weren't sure what the police were thinking, so we relayed to him that it could take longer than usual to set him free. I see. Understood on all points. I have to say, even the Mafia is being killed out in the streets nowadays. Whoopsie. You could say it's safer to stay in here than out there. And it's actually pretty comfortable in here. The bad news is the waiter serves terrible meals. Domenico gave a hearty laugh and Dante reassured him. Domenico, I'll get you out. Just bear with me. And when you return, we'll cook you whatever you want. Sounds like a plan. Oh, I was like, for some reason, instead of terminology, thought it was a meanwhile story. I'm like, a meanwhile story and a meanwhile story? Wait, what? If that's the case, then I'd like to have some cannoli baked by our young guest. Okay, I know what cannoli is. A pastry from the island of Sicily. It's baked and filled with cream, and it's fucking delicious. Cannoli are goddamn amazing. Okay, like, I'm not a fan of Italian food, but Italian desserts sound goddamn amazing. Like, the desserts, I'm there for. I'm there for that shit. Anytime we're talking about, like, pies, pastries, fucking, like, cannoli, bitch, or bread. When you add, like, the bread things, I'm down with the bread things. Yeah. Like, so maybe, like, appetizers and, like, dessert, but, like, actual food. Anyway. Did you try it, boss? It was incredible. I'll let her know that. And knowing her, I was sure she'd happily prepare the best cannoli Domenico would ever have. So, like... Oh no, so that was it. It just auto-went. I don't like that. It was weird. It's weird. Anyway. With her departure, tension began to build in the salon. I've spoken with Domenico a number of times. He's one of the top members of the family, but he's caring and loves sweets. Not doing anything was making me grow more nervous by the minute. I better occupy myself with something. It's true, we don't have a cat this time. No, Carlo! He doesn't exist! What kind of cruel fucking alternate reality is this when we don't have a cat? I decided to bake some sweets to pass the time. Leo was sneaking bites from the baked goods with a happy sigh. Your sweets are the best. You're gonna be like a fucking... You're like... Leo, stop. He's running around all day. It's okay. Gotta watch yourself, buddy. Gonna get diabetes. Thank you, but you're making me blush. I peeked into the bowl in my hands to hide the embarrassment showing on my face. Seeing others enjoy what I make means a lot to me. So I'll do my best to make the best dolce I can for tonight. Really? I can't wait, Space. Well, let me... I sensed someone nearby. I looked toward the entrance to the kitchen. This guy's sneaking in. He's like, hey, you making snacks? It looks like he was looking around inside the kitchen. He caught me looking and took off. I wonder if he wanted something. Is there a problem? Oh, no, nothing. I responded to... See? I don't like... Why is it doing that? I like it said some of them autoplay, but I don't like it because it's like, oh, never mind. I'm in the middle of saying something. Like, it's that's more annoying than just let me finish the thing, then we go to the thing. It's just, I don't know. I do not fucking like the autoplay. And there's no way to turn it off. It just happens. It didn't happen in Dante's, but I do not like it. Do not like it! No, I don't. It's going to annoy me. Anyway, the visitation ended. As we left the cells, I heard arguing from outside. I need you to leave. You're not going through here. I don't believe it. I guess the police here have no heart. I have no idea who it's supposed to be, but I heard a familiar voice. And Dante and I both looked at each other. Oh! I'm like, who the fuck is it supposed to be? I was not actually expecting it to be Yang, but... My dear underling is crying alone in his cell. All I wanted to do is give him a special gift. What, like a bomb? Don't trust you. I trust you less than I trust Nicola. And I don't trust Nicola a lot. Like, whatever it is, I can take it to him. But you don't have permission to meet him in person, and that's final. Not enough money, I suppose. What? No money on earth could bribe us of justice. Not you, anyway. Everybody else, maybe. I'll not bend over backwards for you. Now get your dirty hands off and go back to your country. Wow, Roberto. Wow. Expect a little better than you. Roberto! What? Are you mocking us? It's not that. I'm just happy that I was able to run into a good old friend here. He looked beyond Marco and Roberto at us approaching from the back. How long has it been, Falzone? And you're Francesca, are you not? Good to see you alive. Same as usual, aren't you, Yang? Later, the loud shoe snickered happily. He then tried to rile up Roberto. Just tried to? I think he's succeeding. Roberto's already riled up. He is, like, permanently riled up. He is, like, fucking wound tighter than a spring. He's about to snap. Like, Roberto, I'm gonna need you to lay off the espresso, okay? Because, like, for fuck's sake, you're tweaking. Like, so, the loud shoe are denied entry, but they can go in as they please? Their henchmen's here under a lighter sentence or their treatment differs. Like how Roberto's like, I didn't let them in. So says Falzone's dog. What? You take that back! Roberto tried to grab Yang, who laughed with mockery. Oh, these boys. I swear to God, this is so funny. This is great. The animosity and the, like, fighting. Like, Roberto is just... I don't know why he amuses me so much, because he's so fucking angry at everything. I don't like being here, and I don't like you, and them, and... How his head hasn't exploded. And, like, Marco's like, stop, you're gonna be gray like me in a year if you don't stop. Like, simmer down, buddy. Oh my God. Roberto, stop! Yang's laughter emanated a sense of death itself. Dante, I'll leave him to you. I moved to action with Dante's approval. I'm sorry to interrupt here. Do you mind? I smiled as I stepped in between Yang and Roberto. What? Are you gonna entertain me in place of this dog? Why, you... Roberto! Marco, get a hold of your dog! Down, boy! I understand where you're coming from, but causing a ruckus here is a bit of a problem for us. Can you imagine what would happen if an officer was killed while the Laoshu and the Falzone were around? I'm sure we'd both take a hit, but it's not in my plans to mar the Falzone name. So, if you really want to kill him, could you do it after we leave? He's like, and Roberto's like, oh, okay, I might have some respect for this guy trying to talk about, could you kill him after we leave? The bitch, what? How boring. There goes the fun. Yang exhaled from a smiling mouth. So, Falzone, do you know some of my men were found dead? It's too heartbreaking to think about. A heinous act, no doubt. Yet I must ask, you're not involved, are you? Some of our men have been found dead. If you're suspecting us, it's no use. We wouldn't break the law in such a way. It's like, we may be criminals, but we don't break the law. Like that. I see. I suppose we're both out of luck. Well, be sure to watch your backs. I fucking love this nasty ass bitch. He's so mean. I love him. Yang turned around and left with his men trailing behind him. Do you think he's telling the truth? Who knows? He could be using the incident as cover to execute his own subordinates. Who would dare go on a killing spree against the Burlone Mafia? Roberto. I know who! Okay, look. Well, actually, it could very well be Yang working for Rosberg or whatever the fuck that dude's name is, right? Because he's like, you know, he's shady. It could absolutely be him. It could absolutely be the Phantom of the Casino. We saw Dante's after story. Like, we saw that. I know you. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's going on with that motherfucker. But he's shadier than Nicola. Dante was a really great route to start with because he is so safe compared to the rest of these bitches. Anyway. I'd better hurry. Suddenly, space crossed my mind. It's time for her to... The time for her to face reality is near. And then that sounds ominous. Like, I'm gonna have to teach that bitch a lot. Like... Yeah, see, though, certain ones go. Like, this is the one that's in the guide. But I guess because it's the ones that are automatic, they don't bother putting in the guide. Probably because they're like this. I don't know. It just came up. I don't even know what the side story is, but... I responded to Leo's question and quickly went back to making more sweets. I like being able to finish my fucking sentence. I guess I'll stop reading as soon as those pop up and just be like, wait. No, okay. That was close. You're lucky you got away from getting tangled with the Lao Shu's boss. Be careful next time. It's not often someone can cover you like that. Cover? That? Yeah, Nicola covered for you. You'd better thank him. Measly criminal. Covered me? I clenched my fists as they shook. My nails bit deep into my palm. I didn't feel any pain, just anger. Rage began to overtake me. Maybe it's Roberto killing them all. I mean, like, I don't know. How dare he? I told you, he needs to simmer down. Damn, Roberto. Well, that was odd. Dante and Nicola returned before dusk without a word. Everyone seemed quite calm during dinner in comparison to this morning. I guess everything went well. Nicola told me that Domenico wanted to eat some cannoli I made. I'm happy to know he likes it so much, but something didn't feel right. I wonder when all the things involving the Lao Shu will end. Nicola was constantly scratching his head over various incidents that kept occurring. I doubt he had time to spare for the Lao Shu. I wish I were home. I wanted to see Sister Sophia, Elena, and everyone else. Just thinking about how I was separated from them brought tears to my eyes. I'd better get to sleep. I'm sure I'll feel better tomorrow. I headed to the closet to get my nightgown when... Who is it? Sorry for bothering you. I got a message from Nicola. That's the guy that was sneaking in. From Nicola? Yeah, and it's a bit long. Do you mind if I come... Do you mind I come in? Do you mind if I come in? Please do. Oh, God. This isn't going to be good. So, what's this message? It just struck me. But he was the person who was looking inside the kitchen earlier. I know. I knew. I saw it. I guess he wanted to relay the message to me then. It was then I noticed my mistake. What the? In his hands was a knife. Sorry, but I need you dead. Hey, that's what Nicola said to us in Dante's route. Nicola? Why are you wearing a wig? Dodging the swing of his knife, I fell over and narrowly avoided getting hit. Be quiet. It'll end quickly. No! Stop! What's going on? What was happening? I thought I was living here under the family's watchful eye, but... Am I gonna die? No! I ran, yelling at the top of my lungs. The man then grabbed my arm. His knife shone eerily. I got no grudge against you, but this is from my family. Stop! I let out a scream and then, Nicola to the rescue, hold it right there. A cold voice resonated inside my room. I can't do his voice really well. Like, I can't. Because he's really good, Vivier, at like, oh, I'm doing a nice, sweet voice, and then I'm being scary. And you're like, what the fuck? You know I love it when those bitches do shit like that. Love it when you're like, oh my god, you have a cute... What the hell? Wait, what the fuck? Because there are some that have like... They're just... And then there's the other ones that just have that... You're like, wait, no. How dare you do that shit to me? That's how it's my favorites, but... Anyway. Nicola had his gun... Nicola had his gun held point blank at the man's forehead. Well, he's really behind him, so... But okay. What? I know you've been working with the Lao Shu for a while now. I figured you'd make your move soon. While Nicola spoke, others ran into the room and grabbed the man by the arms. Let's go. Nicola gave his order to the men in the room. His eyes were disturbingly cold and serene. Nicola? Sorry. You must have been scared. I'm glad I got here in time. Leave the rest to us. You can go to sleep now. Are you sure? Because I'm supposed to be a safe place, but... Wait, Nicola! As if he didn't hear me, Nicola turned around and left the room because he's got to go whack somebody. The other men dragged the perpetrator and followed along. Please, let me go! Soon, everyone was gone. I crumpled to the ground in disbelief. You're like, now's the time I need comfort from Nicola, and he just left me. Leo, hold me. What was that all about? I didn't know who the man was, but he tried to kill me. Why me? Nicola said something about the Lao Shu. He seemed to know what was going on. But he didn't tell me anything. The guy was going to stab me in the kitchen, but Leo was there. Come to think of it... I've got no grudge against you, but this is from my family. I forced myself to stand up. My legs were still shaking, but I need to follow them. Ah! Oh, good, we're in the torture basement. You knew that. I need to follow them. Okay. I stopped in my tracks, hearing a yell resound through the hallway. I followed Nicola and the others down to an underground area. What is this place? What does it look like, Spacey? I held my breath and slowly made my way down. The man who attacked me was tied down to a chair. He was bleeding all over to the point that it made me cringe. Nicola and his med stood around the man in a circle. I noticed Dante sitting in a chair nearby. Oh, I mustered whatever strength I had in me to try and raise my voice. I thought I told you that you could go to sleep. I also asked you to wait. I looked straight at Nicola, trying desperately to fight off my fear. It's kind of funny that, like, in Dante's route, Nicola dragged you down, like, see, he's torturing people, you should run. And then, like, now he's not like, shh, see what we do. Like, you have to see your mafia boyfriend torture someone so you know that they're bad people. You're like, yeah, whatever, I still love him, I don't give a shit. Like, Nicola tried to fucking sell me in the other route, and I'm still like, okay, I don't care, I love you. I mean, Dante, who didn't actually torture anyone, he's just there, he's like, I'm the boss, I kind of have to, like, sanction this. And you're like, it's fine. I knew what I was getting into. I'm okay. She didn't know what she was really getting into. I knew. So, like, it's fine. So, why did you come down here? This man tried to kill our guest, which is why we're exacting punishment in accordance with our family's rules. He did attack me, but before I could finish, Dante intervened. Even if you forgive what he did to you, we cannot forgive him. Letting those who break our rules go free will be the demise of our family. Like, and this is where we're like, Dante's so cold. Well, like, yeah, he's the marshmallow character. He's, like, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. It's not the best analogy, but it's the one that we do, and that's how we roll here, okay? You're used to it. And this is also why now it's even funnier that I've seen the frickin', like, he's basically, like, fucking silver-haired Hijikata, because he stands like Hijikata, now it's like, and Hijikata was the fucking marshmallow, too. He had that, like, gruff exterior, but he was, like, fucking squishy on the inside. Fucking, yeah. Okay. Alright. That's why you can't fool me, Dante. He answered me bluntly without allowing me any more time to reason. I mean, he's also, like, the leader of the family, and Ichikata was the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're... I don't expect them to listen to me, but I need to do what I can. Please, please stop already. I understand that you need to punish him, but... Why do you want to save him? He tried to kill you. When he attacked, he said that he needed to do it for his family. I'm sure he has a good reason. Oh, girl! You too nice! Somebody slap some sense into her just once. Yang will do it. They're both like, they're fed up with my shit right now. Dante and Nicola looked at each other. I mean, it would be out of character for her to be like, yeah, torture him! You know what I mean? She's a good little church girl, so this is understandable for her, but it's like, oh, sweetie. Like, you're too nice. She's too nice. She's a good soul. Unlike the rest of us. Reason? And that gives them the right to break rules? The Mafia doesn't make exceptions. But His words were ruthless and cold. I love this, like, Dante's so cold. Oh, he's not. Maybe Nicola can do something. I looked at Nicola in the hopes that he might be more open to reasoning. What are your thoughts, Nicola? A made ties with our enemy and tried to kill the one we're trying to protect. It's only obvious what's gonna happen here. Nicola brandished the knife that was used by the man. Nicola smiled and... he placed the tip of the knife under the man's fingernail. Ah! Ah! Oh, God! Ah! Okay. Oh no, just kill me! Just fucking stab me! Ah! My arm hurts. No! I'm gonna fall over. That's worse than just slitting my throat. Just kill me. The man squirmed in fear as Nicola slipped the knife in without flinching. Oh, God. There are some things that are just so much worse than, like, they beat you. Okay, they were drowning Faye. Like, okay, that's fine. They're gonna, like, slip the finger and rip your fucking fingernail. Oh, God, don't. Why is it worse? Give me the water torture you did to Faye. I can handle that. I'll be fine. I'm a witch. I don't drown. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. Oh, fuck. No, I'm gonna die. Well, whatever. That was not nearly as horrifying as my arm's weak. It's so terrifying. My arm just feels all like a fucking noodle right now. Like, the tip of the knife slid into his flesh and his fingernail cracked. Oh my God, noodle hurts. Ah! I legit want to... I can't handle it. You ever get that when you're thinking of, like, something like, oh, someone's talking about, like, oh, or something hurts their leg, and you're just like, oh, my leg's all wobbly now. It's like a noodle. Like, it doesn't hurt, but there's just this weird, like I have noodle arms just thinking of this. I can't hold the controller. It's so disturbing. Nicola was still smiling, even while hearing the man's agonizing scream. That's even worse. Nicola's like, so precious and beautiful, and like, oh, doing the worst kind of torture ever. His eyes were cold beyond belief. Did that hurt? Poor thing. Nicholas spoke gently while twisting the knife deeper into the man's finger. Ah! With a quick flip, Nicola drew the knife out along with the man's fingernail. Oh, God. This is the worst. Seriously, and it's a good thing we did Dante's route first. They're like shoving Faye's head in water, and you're like, oh my God, they're gonna drown him. That's so wrong. And then you do this. This is worse. This is worse. Oh my gosh. Nicola calmly looked at the screaming man. I can't handle it. I'm laughing because I'm traumatized. No, it's just because I have noodle arms, and it's like, I just like got my own reaction to this. The like, my arms don't want to work. Just imagining it, and the fact that they keep dragging it out is just, it's actually kind of funny. I cannot believe, gross. You have to laugh or you might cry in horror as I'm feeling the pain in my fingers as I'm just imagining it. Good Lord. Jesus, Nicola. You fucking evil. I still love you. It's okay. Betrayal isn't tolerated. No matter what you do, you won't die so easily. And that's the thing. You can kill me, sure, but ripping off my fingernails one by one. You did know this was gonna happen when you betrayed us, didn't you? The screaming echoed against the walls. The smell of blood filled the dank air. I couldn't speak up. That would be me. Oh, God. Where is it always blue? Backgrounds? So that just looks different. Anyway. Stop, Nicola. Please. Please stop already. Please let him go. I pleaded with Nicola to try and stop him, grabbing his arm. Here's the thing. She's like, please let him go. No, Nicola, don't. Like, we're pleading with you, and that's fine. That's well in line with her character. It's absolutely not in line with you to let him fucking go. You're gonna be like, no, and torture him harder now. Because you're a sadistic little fuck. This is your job also, and you shady. But also, you're in the mafia. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay. I'd be like, seriously, game? I'd be disappointed. But then... Space, that's about enough! Leo grabbed me from behind and pulled me away from Nicola. Leo? Nicola! I like how he just stares at us nonchalantly, like... No feeling whatsoever, that's scary. What about his family? They'll be devastated if he dies. We're his family. And if the loud shoe is involved, his family's gonna be in danger too. Please, you have to help. What I was saying probably didn't make any sense to Nicola, especially because when he said my family, I wasn't thinking like his wife and kids. I was literally thinking like family, like the quotes around that, you know what I mean? Like, we're his family, goddammit. But I kept on pleading, you want to help him even though he tried to kill you? Yes, so please. If you say so. I guess I can spare him a little. That's so not. Nicola... I feel like he's being shady, because this is not within his character to do this. Nicola grinned and slowly tapped the belly of the knife against the man's ear. Oh, okay. He was just going for the ear. Somehow the ear and slicing his ear off sounds painful, but not nearly as just like noodle arm inducing as ripping your fingernail off for me. I don't know why, but okay. Nicola? Because see, that's fast and painful. You're like, ah! Like, that's gotta hurt. But the fingernail thing, oh god. With the bloodstained knife, Nicholas sliced off the man's ear. Oh! His scream resounded throughout the cell. This is like in-depth torture. Trigger warning? Too late? Should not have been here knowing this is a game about the Mafia when in the very first part, which I'm pretty sure we were like, hello, a Mafia game, lots of bad shit's gonna happen. It's only gonna get worse, just saying. And done. Now send this to Yang. Nicola calmly ordered his men. Understood. What about him? You want him clipped? Well, he may have some information that we don't have yet. Leo, you mind patching him up so that he doesn't die before we get more intel? Understood. The men suddenly moved upon hearing Nicola's orders. Just when the man's shackles were being removed, Dante mumbled. Too soft. That was being too soft? I love that, because then it's like Dante's like, too soft, and you're like, Dante is such a cold-hearted bastard! I mean, sorta, he did kill Faye. Faye's just a kid. Like... I trembled, hearing his words amidst the permeating smell of blood in the air. What I just saw was something easy in their eyes? I couldn't believe what I heard. I mean, if you think about it, it could have been worse, but now you're missing an ear in your finger, and you're just gonna have noodle arms forever imagining your fingernail being ripped out. They could have ripped out all of his fingernails. Oh god, broken his kneecaps. Cut off both his ears. Cut a couple fingers off. They could have done a lot more damage, but still, the noodle arms for the fingers. Oh god. And again, I'd been living here in peace and without a care. I'd forgotten how fearsome the Mafia was. What I saw tonight made it very clear, to the point that it froze my heart. Days passed since the punishment. I'd been passing the time aimlessly with a nervous, heavy feeling in my heart. Good morning, Space. Sorry, I'm just about done here. Oh, not at all. I just got here anyway. I made my way to the kitchen in the morning, only to find Nicola there. I was brewing myself an espresso. How about a cup to wake you up? I'm fine. Wait, you liked it sweet, right? I suppose, but I'm gonna guess we've been avoiding Nicola. Well, let me make you a cafe latte then. I'll add a lot of sugar and milk. I thought I refused, but he was just going about preparing a cup for me. Nicola quickly prepared it and handed me the warm cup. You look pale. Having something warm will make you feel better. Here. Thank you. I hesitantly reached for the cup. I paused for a moment, then took a sip. He's not going to poison you. That'd be too fast. It tastes good. Oh, well, I better get going. Buongiorno. Buongiornata? Buongiornata? Buona giornata? I don't know. Space. There's a lot of different ways to say things in Italian, apparently. Like buongiorno, but that's whatever. Anyway. Enchanté? Is that what it was? Anyway, that's also you too. I know that, but anyway. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce any of the Italian. I can say grazie and buongiorno. I can't ask where the library is in Italian, therefore it doesn't count. It only counts if you know how to ask where the library is. It's like one of the few things I remember from my Spanish classes. Because, you know, when you are traveling to a Spanish-speaking country, the first thing you're going to do is ask where the fucking library is. Tells you how long ago I learned Spanish. I'm just saying. Now people are like, what? Excuse me, what's a library? I don't have those. I just order books on Amazon. Literally me. Anyway. I held the cup with both hands as I watched Nicola leave. After seeing him depart the kitchen, I let out a huge sigh. Whew! I couldn't seem to approach Nicola like I did before since that incident in the cell. He was the same, as if nothing happened, but I guess he noticed my awkwardness. He was distancing himself a bit. Even so, he can't seem to stop being nice to me. I thought more about it as I gazed at the cafe latte in my hand. It's poisoned! Anyway, I'll wrap this part up here. We are so close to where we have to create a save file. I was like, well, maybe it'll be in this next scene and then we can just create the save file after. But it's like, I don't think we're going to get there. And if we do this, this will either be like that scene was only like a couple minutes. This one will either be a couple minutes because we're not going to do it. Or it'll be like 20 minutes long and it'll be like, oh my God, we've been here 4 hours. But anyway, we'll just continue in the next part. And where I have to create a save file, we'll just create a save file. So anyway, if we're like halfway through or 2 minutes in, we'll find out. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.